Hello, Augies Worldwide. I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, here with another episode of Ask Dave. Today we're going to introduce the Chameleon antenna. It is a receive-only loop antenna, and it receives from about 136 kilohertz all the way up to about 30 megahertz. It consists of two pieces. This is the loop, and this is everything else. First, let's take a look at the loop. See if we can get that thing out of its plastic casing. Casing's on there to protect the powder coat. If you look carefully here, this is powder coated with a gray that is really non-reflective. One of the problems with all the other, many of the other receive-only loops is that they'll reflect sunlight at certain angles, and then, the homeowners association might make a fuss. This thing is preformed, it's solid aluminum, okay? So this is the actual antenna right here. Now, let's look and see what's in the box. This is the Chameleon RXL receive loop. This is box 2 of 2. It's marked 1P and 12 volts. This is the actual preamp right here. This is the little preamp kit. It goes at the bottom of the loop. And so that you don't have to take yours apart, I took mine apart, and you can see inside here. Here we have the two ends of the loop, and they go into this balanced input to this little preamp right here. The preamp is held, it looks kind of funny, and it wobbles a bit because it's held in place by a little piece of Velcro down on the bottom. And then the output goes up here and comes out right there. Now, this has to be powered by 12 volts on the coax, and we'll see how that's done. Down here at the bottom, you can see the blue glue, and that is for attaching this metallic base unit on. There are several ways of mounting this. Right here is the camera tripod hole, or you can put the little rubber feet on the corners, or you can use this thing to provide a way to attach this to a pole. I've put it back together now. You'll note that it's got connectors on either end for the loop. The loop part matches these. And then this is a BNC connector, which is very common on low-powered devices. I don't have BNC connectors on my coax, so I have to put an adapter on there. And let's see what else we have. We have a bracket. The bracket has holes so that it will attach to the back of this like this, and then has mounting hardware in here. We'll take a look at that later. And then there is an AC adapter, because this is a powered preamp that's in here. It's a preamp, which all the receive-only antennas have. And then this is the power unit, which is Jameco, which is a parts supplier, and it's 12 volt DC, 500 milliamp, with the center conductor in here being positive. Okay, let's put that there. Also, we have in here something well buried in here. This is the preamp. It's not very big, but it's, I'm sorry, scratch. This is the bias T. Now what a bias T is it's a way to insert 12 volts onto the line without that 12 volts getting into the receiver, but the 12 volts going up the line to the antenna. So this is a cover for a regular coax. And then the wire that goes from here to the antenna needs to have BNC connectors on each end. Okay, this is 12 to 14 volts DC. There's a little power light down there. Let's see what else we have. We have several different ways of mounting this thing. If you want to make this a tabletop mount, just sitting it on a table, which I think we're going to have trouble with because the center of gravity is going to move up to here and it'll be very easy to tip. But there are these little rubber feet that's got stickum on the ends and they go on those corners right there. Now there's also this plate which attaches here, there and there, with these little things which require a hex head to put in, okay? So you've got to have some hex wrenches because the wrench for those is not included. And then the rest of this hardware has to do with installing the actual antenna on this. So let's do that. We're going to do this with the this up, and so we'll have the loop up here. This right here is the manual. It says operator's manual. It's actually more of the construction manual in there. So what we're going to do first is attach the big loop. Okay, and it's got a picture right here of how that goes. We take one of these knurled knobs. Note that they also have hex head in there, and we take a flat washer and we discovered earlier that this had to be threaded up through here. It seems strange that it would be threaded, but it doesn't seem to want to go in any other way. So we'll just screw this in. Takes a little while to do this. Then this comes up through here, and we put another flat washer and another lock washer and the wing nut. Now they note if you're going to install this outside, they suggest that the loop flanges and hardware to treat them with Permatex Anti-Seize lubricant. So you could, because this is stainless steel to stainless steel, and sometimes that will seize. Now one question that I've had, since it says you can set it up in a desktop, what would happen if you set it down? Well, look at that, it actually sits up. Okay, that's cool. All right, now again, I mentioned there are 3 ways of mounting this. If we want, we've got these washers and these lock washers for these 2, and this and this to mount this to here. These will take a hex head, and let's see if they specify the size. 1/4 inch Allen head bolt. Well, the Allen head, the actual Allen wrench is not a quarter unit. Using a 5/32 Allen wrench until tight. Okay. They don't supply that. It's not here. So you'll need one of those. You can pick up Allen wrenches at any auto parts store or at one of the Sears home stores or at Home Depot or Ace Hardware, True Value Hardware. They will all have the required 5/32 Allen wrench. Now, in some cases, if you don't already have this, they may have you buy a set of Allen wrenches. They may not be broken down into individual Allen wrenches. The individual Allen wrenches are quite inexpensive. So what we're going to do is put this on a camera mount here. This is a tripod that I've used extensively in making Ask Dave videos. It's actually a gun tripod. The sporting goods store that was selling these went bankrupt, and I picked this up at a very good price. Now this has got the 1/4-inch standard camera mount. It's 1/4 with 20 threads to the inch, which is a standard camera mount. So we're going to just crank this down a little bit. We'll set this up here. Now we'll put a cable between this, and then we will plug in that, and we'll try it on my SDR. All right, so what we have set up here in my room, and I'm going to make this just a little higher, okay, is the loop set up in the room. This is an inside application thing set up. This is a BNC to BNC down here. This little thing right here is the bias D. What we're doing is, see, by plugging 12 volts in here, the 12 volts appears across this one, but not across this one. And then the RF via a capacitor can go down through here and out through here to the radio. So I've got that plugged in right there. And then that line comes over here, okay, and it goes into my little RSP1A digital receiver. So let's turn that on. I think what we've learned at this point is that this antenna inside is picking up quite a bit of noise from some source inside. So we're going to mount this outside. But there's snow on the ground right now, so we will do this in the next video. So far, the antenna looks extremely promising. I'm going to have to come up with some connectors. We will mount the MFJ antenna and the Chameleon antenna somewhat near each other so that they both have the same opportunity to hear signals. I'm going to orient them the same so that they will receive from the same direction. And then we can do a legitimate comparison between the two. That will come in a video that will be coming up quickly. So I would like to remind you please to click like and to subscribe. We also have a giveaway, and the giveaway is an antenna by Alpha Delta. It's the DXEE antenna, which is trap dipole on 40 and 20, covers all of 20, half of 40, and then it's got bands above that, 15 and 10. So it's a very versatile antenna. It's built like a tank. This is one of the antennas that I looked at when I was trying to decide which was going to be the reference antenna for the station. To enter into the giveaway, this is giveaway number 4. Giveaway number 3, by the time you hear this will already have been given away. But the drawing will be, I believe it's Thanksgiving Day. Well, it's the 25th, which is the fourth Thursday in November. So that's going to be Thanksgiving Day. And we will do the giveaway. To enter the giveaway, send me, here's just a postcard. This is the simplest way of doing it. These are both postcards. This is addressed to Dave Kassler, KE0OG, P.O. Box 98, Ridgeway, Colorado 81432. If you want to add the -0098, you can, but it all goes just to being sorted in the post offices. On the back here, put your call sign and your name, your address where you want it shipped if you win, and your phone number. Here's another card that's been typed. This is still a postcard, an actual real live honest to goodness postcard. You can get these from the post office. They're cheaper to mail, or you can send a simple piece of mail with stuff on a single piece of paper and addressed at the same address. If you have put something else into the envelope, please mark it on the outside so that I will know. Things that I am interested in are pictures of you and your station, maybe a short couple sentences on how you got into ham radio. These are very helpful for me, and we can put them up as part of one of the videos. So there you have it. Until we next meet, 73.